Motherfuckers wanna talk about drugs, guess what? Well, I did it. Still can't get a job now cause I had a pound of that midget. I was working like 448 on the scale, had me a digit. And I'm riding around and I'm getting it. You motherfuckers is getting it. Everybody know if I hit your bitch on the phone, then I'm hitting it. I'ma do anytime that I want to, I'ma twitch like I've been itching it. I'ma come through like restless legs, got your bitch cooking grits and eggs. I'ma eat breakfast in bed, same time she gon' give me head, she a bow-leg little midget. And I think her name's fucking Bridget, but I really don't know what's in the codeine, but I'ma still sip it. Fuck really what you talk about, cause I run with a lot of thugs. I love Troy and Bobby, love Brian, but I really love fucking drugs. Fuck you know about that? Bitch, I'm from South Crack. Keep talking shit till I put a dick where your fucking mouth at. Don't nobody wanna say shit. Y'all can keep the shit basic. I got a lion and a fucking tiger and a bunch of bodies in a basement. Fuck you really wanna talk about? Bitch, you really wanna walk it out? Got a couple cramps in my legs and I got a chopper stashed in the couch. Fuck around and I'm in your house. I'ma get a whole lot of money. Ain't nobody gonna get it from me. I'm at Troy's house, spending 10s and 20s. Matter of fact, I got 50s and 100s. I'm counting up my blue Benjamins. People be looking at me cause I got the girl and the boy. Ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What in the fuck? Wait.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's poppin'? Me and Roberto is in the house. What's up, Roberto? How you doing, brother?
Living. How you feeling, yo?
Doing good. Hey, me and you on the same level, bro. Got my Canadian club over here. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah?
saying? Yeah. How you
I had a
been?
juice tonight. I had a juice because I ate some spicy shit and a beer just cooled that shit off just nice, you know?
I feel you, brother.
What
Why
up,
you,
peeps in the comments? Mr. Robinson, what's up, everybody?
what up, Tony? What up, Basil? What up, Poe? What's going on, Poe? What up, K-Dot? Danny said he took some Z-Quil and he's going to sleep. Oh, man. Oh, man can't hang. You know what I mean? Like,
You know? It's all good, Danny. We'll catch you in a minute.
Poe said my mic is not clear. Hold on, let me fix that. Yeah, you're right. It's not. All right, that should be better. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Unfortunately, it took Poe to tell me, not my co-host who's right beside me, to say, "Hey, your mic's not sounding too good."
Hey, listen, I ain't sound check, you know. For me, everything is everything, you know. As long as I hear you, as long as you're not robotic, it's all good. But that is much better. I won't lie.
Cool. How was your week, man?
Uh, that's a good question. How was my week? I never really reflected. This week, I don't know, man.
Okay, well there you go. How was Roberto's week? He doesn't know. Okay.
I can't really say anything special, you know.
I feel
I'm
you.
glad to be alive. Glad to live another day. You know, hopefully I do some righteousness This is why I'm here.
Absolutely. And I'm actually glad you said that too. First off, I want to say what's up, Tony. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. If you guys seen and shit, I didn't use the right one. I'm gonna put it up here real quick. See there's a little picture on there. Dude's name is Randy Martin.
He
One of
passed away?
yeah.
When?
April something. I went to his funeral on Saturday.
Holy shit.
That's what I was gonna say. You know him, right?
Yes, we grew up together, yo. Him and
On
his little
Linton.
brother. Yes.
Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Yes, absolutely. So I had seen a post on Facebook and I was like, damn, your brother passed away. So I called him and, we talked for a minute and he was like, yeah, it's on Saturday. So I said, all right, I'll be there. You know what I mean? Because Lonnie, I grew up with, we went to elementary school together, was a real good friend. You know what I mean? He used to sleep over at my house. He used to sleep over at his house. So it was a good friend of mine.
Shocked, yo. Shocked.
Oh shit! What up? What up, Dwayne? What's going on, brother? Yo, you have that thing. If you want, I could send you. I could send you the link to pop in for sure, man. But yeah. So he passed away, and I decided to go over there, and I seen one of my boys over there. Jason was there, so we hung up, and I was just going like to the viewing, and I ended up staying for the whole thing. Um, Lonnie again was a good friend of mine, and his brother. Okay, so I started, you get older. Me and Lonnie were hanging out from like ages like 7 to like 12, something like that. But as I got into my teens, right, I started hanging with my brother Chris, and Chris and Randy were good friends. So every time I would go to my aunt's house, whenever she would have a party, they would all be there. You know what I mean?
That's
And
right.
they never treated me like I was a little kid. I used to sit down there in the conversations, and those motherfuckers would literally groom me. I heard everything, all the shit that you guys talk about at your age. I was there. And then I used to go to the clubs. And when I used to go to club with my brother, of course he was there. So I really got to know Randy. And when I heard that he passed away, I freaking couldn't believe it, bro. I was like, man, I didn't personally know he was sick. But when I found out, I was like, I wish I would have at least known so that I could have actually seen him before he passed away. But it's just fucked up, man. So rest in peace to Randy, man. Enough respect to you. Dwayne, check your Facebook messages. Dwayne's another dude that I grew up with. He was all in the same crew. Me, Lonnie, like we all went to school together. And I remember Mandy macking at the clubs. I remember being fucked up with these guys. So it's kind of sad. 52 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, 52 years old, man. That's young.
He's more Jose's age group,
Oh
schooling
yeah.
and everything, the
Oh
same
yeah.
circle.
Oh yeah.
And they
There
didn't
was.
they didn't really get along. Me and
Yeah,
Randy
there was.
were
There was.
cool.
Yeah. There was a beef between your brother
Pretty
and
boy
Randy.
Randy.
There was a
I
beef.
remember this little growing up, little pretty boy. Always had to have a little chip because he was too cute.
hmm And of course, the beef that he had with your brother was over a woman. You know what I mean?
More times than not, isn't that the case?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do man feud? More times than not, it's over a
It's
woman.
always a woman. So rest in peace to Randy, man.
Yes,
Enough
rest in
respect to
peace,
you,
man.
man.
Sorry to hear. Condolences
Um,
to the family. Fuck.
it's also getting to the point where it's like, you know, like the older generation. I'm the older generation now, and the ones,
No. Take it easy.
yeah, I'm there, bro.
You're
Because
almost there.
a lot of you guys are
Are
dying
you in the
off,
club
bro.
yet? Are you in the club
Not
yet?
yet. 3 more years.
Take your
Three,
time,
3 more
son.
years. No, I
When
am. I am.
when
Trust
you're
me.
in the club, you can say you're old. Don't fucking start preaching you're old yet because you ain't old because you have a few gray on your chin. Don't worry, Anzo. You're young. Keep in mind you're always gonna be young till you believe you're old, man.
Yeah.
When you start
Yeah.
believing it, the metamorphosis takes over, boy, and it ain't
Yeah.
fucking fun.
But your generation too, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Like
My brother, he had an operation a couple years ago for throat cancer, so they had to remove that from his throat, and he's never really been the same now. He was supposed to be at the funeral, and I didn't hear from him. Right, so I was calling him like, "Bro, you all right? You all right?" No answer. And I called him the next day, and he was just like, he couldn't make it. He was too weak and stuff. So it's just, it's just like, man,
Yeah.
getting old, scary to
I was
as
at the gym
fuck, bro.
2 weeks ago, and a guy from uptown back in the day, I bounced into him. I don't know if you know Barber.
I think so.
So he goes, "Yo, you're about T?" And I'm like, "T, you know how much T's I know?
Mm-hmm,
You're
mm-hmm,
about Trevor." I'm like, "Trevor." Putting full names on people is a little confusing because we all went by. I knew everybody by street name. Unless
mm-hmm,
we hung tight, I didn't really know your full name, you know?
mm-hmm.
When he showed me the picture on Facebook, my knees buckled, yo. I almost cried in the fucking gym. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Even a dude I went to school with, younger than me too, like in a grade or two younger than me. See on Facebook that he passed away. I don't know how. I never reached out yet, but I found out that he passed away too. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like people just dying like crazy. It's and older than me, younger than me. You know, another dude that used to live on Barkley, Lindsay. I don't know if you remember him, but he used to
Sounds
live.
familiar.
He used to live right behind you guys. He died of COVID. It's crazy, bro.
Really, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And he
You're
was
about
like my
this.
age.
You're this crazy flu going around now. Even
No,
crazier than fucking COVID.
no.
Yeah, man. Be careful, Anzo.
What's the flu?
Like these people, the symptoms they're complaining about is difficulty swallowing, breathing, heavy on the chest. It's not even the COVID. It's a fucking flu.
It's weird. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all kinds of shit going around, man. I don't know what's going on, yo. I thought
So
we're gonna walk in fucking spacesuits soon. Fuck.
it's the world we live in, brother. It's fucking bananas, you know.
Yeah. Listen,
So
see me? My glove compartment is always full with masks. I
yeah, yeah.
always have
Mm-hmm.
always have backup. But
Mm-hmm.
lately I've been driving my daughters around and they use those shit like Kleenex.
The mask? Oh,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get to the fucking store, open up my glove, no mask. No mask anywhere. I'm like, I'm trapped. You believe that shit? Trapped.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't even go in a store to buy
yeah.
masks without a mask.
Absolutely. It's crazy, right? So if you need to get a mask and you don't have any in your car, you can't even go into the store to
Thank
get a
God I
mask.
had that material one that I never opened in my armrest called the break in case of emergency. But use that one to make it through the day till I have to order my I don't know how many fucking boxes later. Because honestly, Anzo, when I ordered my first box on fucking Amazon and they
Hmm.
said you want to put that shit on a monthly schedule,
Hmm.
I said, you fucking kidding me? By the second box, this thing is done. We're talking 15 boxes later. This shit's still fucking going, yo.
Hmm. Dandelion said a lot of stores here have them for free at the door. Not here. They don't give those motherfuckers free at all. If you ain't got it, you can't get into the store. So Poe asked earlier, is like, you guys still have the mask mandate? Yeah, we still do. Like, we just have to wear
It was
them in
just about to
enclosed
drop.
places.
It
Yeah,
was just about to drop, and these fucking numbers started climbing again. Not like
right.
we didn't know it was going to happen.
Exactly. And that brings us to basically one of these topics that I had here. Let me
Nice.
see if I can bring it up here, right here. So Ontario's largest school board, is moving to again to require students to staff to wear masks amid a sixth wave of COVID-19. Oh, looks like my boy got in. What up, Dwayne? What's going on, man?
What's up, gig?
What's going on, brother? What are you saying?
Good, I'm good. What's going on to the next man? What's cracking?
What's good, sir? You all right?
Yeah. I'm just here. It's my first time.
First
Nice.
time on the
This
show.
Respect.
Appreciate you coming in.
this guy here give you a little bit of background.
Oh God, here we go.
Looks
Really, you
like
don't want me to do it?
Nah,
Every,
do it, bro. This O.O.C. off her chest. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead.
every time they called his name, I was always the next name up. So he's Hodges, I'm Hopkinson, and we had a lot of classes together as kids. So yeah,
Okay. Batman
That's
and Robin.
absolutely, yeah. And it would always be like they would call out the names, and then the teacher would pause, and I'd be like, Onzo. And they're like, oh, Onzo, okay, because they did not fucking know how to say my name, bro.
I've heard every rendition of your name just because I come after you, dog. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
Enzo.
yeah.
They just never get it right.
NZO, they're breaking it in syllables now.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Nizzo, you know what I mean? I got all of that shit, bro. It's crazy.
The one that killed me was like End Zone.
End zone, got that.
So now
too.
you're adding letters to the shit, you know?
It's
crazy. Oh, today is wifey birthday too, so that's why. So happy 52nd to the wife.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to your wife. Absolutely, man.
She's not 52. She's 48. She's not saying that.
I'm surprised she didn't slap you in the back of your head for
No,
saying
Something
that
come,
shit.
she's
some
right there.
3D come flight across there.
No. Those days are over.
I feel you.
So we were talking about a lot of stuff, but we grew up with Lonnie. You wanted to say some things, or if you want to say anything, man?
Nah, man. Lonnie was that guy that was able to do a lot of the things, or in fact, Lonnie and his brother, they were able to do a lot of the things that we weren't able to do as kids. Like, I think Lonnie and I were real close. And Randy was the first person I ever seen as a teenager smoking in his bedroom with a weight set. Am I lying, bro? The man had a whole weight set. His room was bigger than everybody else's in the house. Yeah, always walking around shirtless with the lisp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the bow legs and just always, but he was always nice to me. He never. I know him and Lonnie, like he used to just deal with Lonnie a certain way. But it was always love, man. And so when I heard that he had passed, funny, Aileen was the one that told me.
Okay.
And she didn't she just said Randy and she didn't know who he was. And I said, okay, wait, what? And she said his name again. I said, listen, there's only one Randy Martin that I know. Only one. And I'm like trying to I got her to like try to find out where she found it out from. And then I went on Facebook. I was like, man, I'm friends with Lonnie. Let me just go. And as soon as I pulled up his page and I seen that picture, I was like, oh.
Yeah. And from what I heard, it was a huge struggle that he had with the cancer, man. Like operation after operation, they said he was in a lot of pain. So it was messed up.
I was able to catch up with Lonnie actually, and we're gonna, of course, circle back. But here's the ominous thing. I got an alert on Monday saying that it was Randy's birthday.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Imagine that. You bury him on a Saturday, and it's his birthday to Monday.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I say, man, getting older is fucking scary as fuck, bro. It ain't no joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, man. It's
this is why you gotta honor every day.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, that's Jose's brother, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
From back in the day?
Yeah.
Golly. Upstairs on what was that? They living on the top floor. Top floor, the window right there. You look right out on the street. I know
that was my room, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Look at this, bro. Look at this.
Crazy shit, huh?
Wow.
So you see people in the commentary just saying no fictitious stories were laid up in here. This is truth. We didn't prep Dwayne for this shit. He's coming in just talking truth, It's so crazy how we keep touch, huh?
Yeah. What's his name? Kelly and Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was seeing Kelly for a minute
because he used to live.
And he changed.
He used to live
Carlton.
Yeah, big and change, bro.
Yeah, he's walking out military up and down. When I was by my parents at that time was rough. I see him. I say, yo, I know you, right? He goes, yeah, man, you know me.
He's military?
No, but the way he was carrying on, walking up and down the street, like walking really fast, very like in form,
But I remember though, like no cap, but weren't they him and Nathaniel in the cadets back in the day?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
remembering something like that.
yeah. They were.
Well, he must
Nathaniel
have
was in the
got some
cadets, bro.
Right?
flashbacks.
Yeah. They were.
Wow, bro, I remember that because they were the only two
Mm-hmm.
in the hood
Yeah.
that
Well,
They
he's
were.
were.
responsible now. I don't know if he has a youth with this thing, but he seems like he's a changed man.
Oh
I
yeah,
wish him the best.
absolutely.
I wish
He
him the
ain't.
best.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. All that shit he was into, he ain't doing that shit no more, man. When he was like, "Yeah, I'm working," I was like, "What?" You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
know, huh?
mean? Like I was like, "What? You're working? Really?"
Some people to say that it's funny to hear, but
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Were you saying he was moving like Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy, Tommy, you ain't got no job. You know?
Oh no, this motherfucker was working. So I'm just like, yeah, that's good, man. Because he was doing his thing, went inside for a minute, and when he came out, I think that's when he changed his life. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that shit'll do it to you, brother. That shit'll do it to you, man.
I
if
don't
you're
want to die.
flossing 9 to 5, you ain't fucking working, but you're coming out with all your bling, you're driving your nice whip, you're doing all these things.
Hmm?
You think these fucking guys don't know what you're doing?
Oh, absolutely, bro.
You know, so once you change up your hustle, man, you're no longer in their profile.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. I mean, you're gonna occasionally get stopped because I mean the shit don't
Of who
change
you were,
360.
right?
You know? Yeah. It's
Hey,
gonna get you stopped. But it's almost like I drive uptown now and I feel disrespected.
Why?
Because I'm not a
No.
suspect anymore. I'm not worth pulling over and harassing. And what do I fit in now? I'm like,
you
I'm
know what it
retired.
is?
What is it
I'll,
now?
I'll
Like,
tell you what it is. It's the Grays, bro. The Grays, they like,
yeah, but they can't see
Yeah.
that shit when they're behind me. Maybe they see my age and say,
nah.
yeah, he's black. Let him go.
I think
Probably
it's
not,
I
yeah.
think it's when they roll up, you know what I mean? They may not see you they see you from the back, to like, oh yeah, let's see what this is. And then they roll up and they look and they're like, fuck it. Because I see it all the time, you know what I mean?
They probably done random plate already, know exactly who's in there.
You're right.
And be like,
Yeah, because back in the day, they was making some fucking crazy moves uptown
Oh
and
yeah.
ended up in that station 3-1 enough times, seeing that fucking bulletin board with my picture on there and shit. That was crazy, yo. I saw all the guys from uptown.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had them in brackets and sections.
Mhm.
Bullface on the wall, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And anybody that's held up at
Yo.
that counter, if you ain't looking at that wall, you're fucking stupid.
Do you remember when they used to fucking lock down Victoria and do that fucking sweep of the street
They were
every
doing that
fucking
all
year?
over, though. They were doing that in NDG too.
Oh, did they? I only remember
Yeah.
Victoria, man. They would lock that street down and just walk. Yo, enough people got dipped because of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Enough people got dipped. Remember Richie Rich?
Yeah.
You remember Richie Rich? Dwayne?
who's that? Richie Rich.
Yeah, Rich. He used to go to school with us, man.
His pops owns a body shop.
Yeah.
On Côte-de-Neiges.
I
Yeah,
got
He
it.
got dipped, yo?
long time. Like
For
back in
real?
the day, yeah. It's never been back since. Never. You know Gregus? Remember Gregus, Dwayne?
Which Gregors?
Come on
Johnson?
now. Yeah. Come on, Gregus.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
dip.
Never been back.
I didn't even know he got out.
Never been back, bro.
But when did he get out?
I can't remember. Years ago.
Because I know he did a 25.
Yeah, I know.
He did a
Yeah.
25. That's mandatory 25 for what he did. Like,
Yeah.
like he didn't get 26.
Yeah.
You
Remember
know what I'm
Rainbow?
saying?
Remember Rainbow, Roberto?
Mm.
Club Rainbow?
Yeah.
You remember when they had the killing over there?
Rainbow, isn't that NDG?
Yeah.
By
Right by the
by like that
underpass there.
the overpass thing
Yeah,
there
yeah.
by Vendome there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember they had the murder over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's a while back.
Yeah, dude, we went to school with.
saying?
Yeah, I mean, dude.
But he had it rough growing up too, man. Like that was his story was no joke of a story, but
Yo, I remember though, and this goes back a little bit to Lonnie though. I remember people used to think that he was the toughest in the school. You know what I mean? They used to think he was the toughest, whatever. And then he fucked with Lonnie.
yeah. Lonnie, it's funny, right? Because the Lonnie that I talk to now
Totally different. Yeah, I
is
know.
not
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lonnie,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Yo,
Back then, Lonnie would fight you for anything.
I remember we were playing this game, whatever, me and my boys, and then he ended up having an issue with someone, and the dude was like, "Yo, and you tell that fat motherfucker I broke his shit," and he came up, he was like, "Fat motherfucker, eh?" Took off his glasses. Yo, he didn't. Lonnie would fight you on the drop of a dime, bro. On the
Straight,
drop of a
straight,
dime.
like hockey gloves, bro. Like straight down.
Drop of a dime, man. It's crazy.
I
Yeah,
remember
man.
when me, him, and Bandit used to chill
Yeah, yeah.
all the way, like
Bandit.
just us three. Just
He's
Bandit.
another guy I'd like to bump into.
I haven't seen him in a while either, man.
dude, that guy. I like to refer to him as a snow leopard. You know he's around, but you never see him. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
when I tell you this guy has changed his numbers more time than all of us put together, he must have changed his number at least 5 times in at least 1 year. At least.
Man.
What does that tell you?
A lot. A
Nobody
lot.
wants to say it. You know
Maybe
what I mean?
that's the friendship you got to keep, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for
Like
real
I
though.
said, snow leopard. You know he's around. If I really needed him, if I really needed him,
Yeah, yeah. He was always there.
you can get him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. He was
But
always there.
he'll have to know that you need him. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's one of
Yeah, yeah.
those ones.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. So we were just getting into one of our topics, which was about mask mandates, right? Because we were talking about, I know you're in Toronto, right? Ontario?
Yeah.
All right. So it's a little bit different over here. But I seen here that Ottawa's largest school board is moving again to require students and staff to wear masks amid a sixth wave of COVID-19. So we're talking about, over here, we go into stores, we have to wear a mask. Doesn't matter. And I'm okay with the kids in school wearing their masks because that's where it's getting fucking spread the most. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with
Every
that.
time school comes back, the fucking numbers climb ridiculously.
Mm-hmm.
They never once mention that on the news or any kind of information source because you know what? It wouldn't make money for them to solve the problem quick. Let's just find a way to keep this. What else could you come from it? You know, why don't you just nip it where it really is? The kids
See,
are spreading it. It's not the gyms. It's not the restaurants. It's not all these businesses that you fucking close down because if you could show the numbers, people can't argue. But when you don't show the numbers, that's when people get fucking pissed off, yo.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean you can't expect a kid to carry themselves hygienically the same way as an
You
adult
know,
would, right? Like so it's
100.
you're really putting a lot of pressure on you're putting additional pressure on the educators because now
They
not
just
only do they have to teach, now they got to make sure everybody's safe in order to teach. Don't forget to put on your mask. Don't forget, like you know what I'm saying. Like for me, it's
these are not
simple.
the things they're supposed to be going through at that age. This is the age you're supposed to be absorbing knowledge,
And having
growing like a
fun. Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
fruit, like a leaf. They're supposed to be blossoming, not learning to, not socialize, disinfect everything, keep distances from people.
Yeah, nah. Hey, listen, man. School. What is that? School has always been yeah, of course. Like, of course, man. Like, think about as you get older, right? You're working in an office, say an office setting. What's the first thing they tell you if you're sick? Go home,
Absolutely.
right? Go home, right? But with kids are always sniffling and
Mm-hmm.
wiping and
Mm-hmm.
and touching and playing
Mm-hmm.
and right. Like,
Going to the bathroom, not washing their hands and shit.
let's
You know
let's
what I
be
mean?
real.
Yeah,
Kids are
yeah.
like pigeons of the earth. Like, let's
Mm-hmm.
just be real. That's what they are. Like, if you don't pay attention to them, they liable to do all the things that like. But
We were
but
kids too once, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
it's so funny because I have a really good friend in the States and he's super conservative, right? Like way over on the right side. And I like to keep people like that close just so that I can kind of understand what's going on in their heads. They he says doesn't matter what the situation is, he'd rather his kids go to school and not wear masks because they look at the mask as a muzzle
Mm.
And my response to him was like, okay, so if it's raining outside, do you send your kid outside with no shoes?
How about no umbrella?
You know what I mean?
Well, what do you mean? That's a stupid question. What do you mean it's a stupid question? There's something outside that would require them to have to put on shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something outside that would require one to protect themselves by putting on a mask. And he's like, oh, well, masks aren't 100%. I said, you tell me something that is outside of me being black and
For
having to
real.
die.
For real. For
Right?
real.
Like, but again, the people have a completely different perspective on this masks stuff, right? And he was like, so my question to him was, so if your kid goes to school, or of course he's going to school, but then he passes COVID on to a teacher that now has to go home and take care of their elderly parents, which we all know these people, the older you are, the more susceptible you are to it. Like, you, how are you comfortable with that? And he's like, well, I don't care. My kid goes to school, and that. I'm like, oh my god, like, but to each his own, right? Like, to each
No,
his own. I'm
that's
just happy that we don't have that type of radical community here in Canada. Well,
Canada. Mm-hmm.
or as pervasive, let's say, like it's way out there, like how Trumpism out. Like, there's really nothing like that over here. So, thank God for that.
Absolutely. So first off, Dandelion said adults are even more gross than kids. Some of them are. Some of them are. Because I used to work at places, Roberto knows, Saitel. The women used to say how they used to come out of those bathrooms and say these bathrooms are nasty. They used to hate going into the women's bathrooms because they were so damn nasty. Right? So again, not all women, but at the same time, yeah, I agree. There were some nasty people as adults, right? She also said if I could save one single person by wearing a mask, I'm gonna do it. Well, that I have people complain about wearing masks. I have no problems wearing my mask to go into a store. It is what it is. I'll put the mask on. I'll go into the store. I leave the store. I take my mask off. It's simple as that. Sometimes I even forget to take the mask off, and I'm walking down the street with the mask
Yo,
on. You know what I
in
mean?
all honesty, keeps my face warm when that fucking wind is
Yo, in the
blowing.
winter time,
And it's cold. Yeah.
I
I
didn't
leave
want to
that
take
shit
it off.
on. I don't care. I could listen. Sometimes I look in the mirror. I got my mask all up here. I got my mirrored sunglasses on. I got my hood on, and I'm looking like I don't care if you're fucking scared. There's nothing you can say about the way I look
Facts.
right now.
Just
And
imagine.
I
Look
walk
at
around and I laugh. I look in the mirror and I go, "Look at me, man. There's no way I could get away walking like this before.
Yeah.
No
what
way,
is that?
unless it's Halloween."
That doesn't even make sense.
Our
What?
school boards, when someone gets positive, the whole class gets
Oh my.
sent home, but any siblings are required to go to school. Um, yeah, it don't make sense still. And
She's in Ontario, Dwayne, so
yeah,
I don't know.
What?
yeah.
You got to get the 401 on that shit.
Babe, what's the COVID stuff like? It's go if two kids, like their siblings, right? If one catches COVID, does the other one still have to go to school, or is that one quarantined? What?
Well, I guess that's confirmed. Toronto. She said, yeah, she's in Toronto. Same thing.
Yeah,
Dwayne's in
no.
Toronto.
Are you kid for real? So you have to exhibit signs. There's
Hold
no.
on, Mama Bear. Toronto ain't in Ontario. Just play it.
Go ahead, Dwayne. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mud. That's crazy. Like that doesn't even make sense. Back in the day, if my brother was sick, stay home because the both of you guys like just stay.
End
Well,
up sick. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
then again, parents had to go to work, so you just didn't want to leave one in the house. You know what I mean? But
and God forbid you got to leave both in the house. That's an issue too. You know what I mean? The two of you together, like, ah, shit. I think I'm gonna have to stay home from work too.
But let me ask you guys a question. Do you feel that the information that's available or that's out there is just too conflicting, too contradicting?
Most of it, I agree. Mm-hmm.
it's I traveled from one country to the next, like
Mm-hmm.
throughout this whole COVID thing. My father passed away last February, so that was at the height,
Condolences.
right? Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. So this was in Brooklyn. Okay, so went to Brooklyn, bro. It looked like I went to like I was in Carabana.
Yeah.
Nobody, no mask, just
Yeah.
walking around, and I'm like, what is going on in this place? Like,
It's crazy, huh?
right? Because I'm coming with this heightened sense of awareness, like, oh, just cover up. I got the mask, the shield on, like I was, because I had to fly on the plane, and I know come off. People are just like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm like,
Mhm.
really? Like, and then you go to a place like Florida, no mask mandate, but they got
Zero.
the oldest community in the U.S. and they're dying at the fastest rate, but everybody's turning their head like, nah, it's just the flu.
Yeah.
Oh, the flu kills people.
It
Mhm.
doesn't make sense, yo. And
And
and this fucking governor goes after anybody who's for masks or for mask mandates or anything pro fucking against his cause. He goes after them live TV anywhere. I don't know if you had that clip where he went after those kids.
Who's that? Ron DeSantis, bro? He's a
Yes.
fool. I know
These
exactly,
kids
man.
came. He did a speech. Sorry to cut you off, Dwayne, because
No,
I
no, go
forget
ahead.
this shit quick. He did this speech, and he had some kids standing behind him from a high school, and those kids had their masks on, and he came out and he did this fucking quick gesture behind. He's like, "Really, really, take those masks off." I
Yeah,
say, "Yo, how could this man talk to somebody's kids like that? I don't care if he's a governor."
And this is the thing, though. Like I said, hey man, if I gotta wear my mask to go into a store, I'm gonna wear my freaking mask. If it saves somebody's life, then at least I'm protecting people as well. I don't understand these people complaining about not or don't want
here,
to wear
here,
fucking masks, bro.
here, the basic thing. No, no socks, no shoes, no shirt, no service. Right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's been in existence how long? Right? You go to Florida, you can't just walk into a store with no shirt. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
They're like, hey, you gotta wear a shirt. And what do
Mm-hmm.
people do? They wear shirts. They're oh, okay. But now you ask them to put something so small just to cover up your mouth, and you're worried about carbon dioxide and all of this stupidness.
It's crazy. And you know what worse? I remember when we were locked down fucking New Year's Eve. I'm watching the fucking countdown and people are partying outside. I couldn't even step outside my fucking door, bro. You know what I mean? I couldn't go outside, but in New York, wherever the countdowns were, we were watching, these people were partying like crazy. It was fucking amazing, bro.
Yo,
When you sorry, go ahead.
well, go ahead, Dwayne.
Now with the Euro Soccer League, like we're locked down in Canada, and then you look at what's happening in Europe. They got Euro Soccer stadium is packed,
Mm-hmm.
packed, like
Mm-hmm.
tens of thousands of
Mm-hmm.
people in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And over here, they're reopening with like half capacity or quarter
Not
capacity.
even. They're not even letting people in here.
There's a lot of conflicting
Well, they
information. There's
weren't
a lot of
letting
up and
people in.
down. But man,
How does it
I,
make sense? You're watching, like, I watch enough hockey. They're playing here, not a single person in the rink. And then you're watching them play the next day in New York, and the fucking arena's packed.
Packed.
So you want to watch the New York news now and see how much people caught COVID at that fucking game. You don't hear shit.
It's
I watched the
crazy.
Super Bowl. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people without masks,
Chilling.
dancing, screaming, jumping, doing all the things you're not supposed to be doing. I did not hear of a fucking large
Facts.
pandemic from coming
Facts.
from the Super Bowl. Be it maybe 5 or 6 people got it or 50 people got it. That doesn't, those numbers just don't sway me, man.
I
Hey, I'm with you. Go ahead, Dwayne. Go ahead.
Nah, just thinking about the big business behind it too, right? Because the NFL is a huge business. So
Mm-hmm.
anything that breaks out over there,
That's
they
a
could always keep
monster.
it under wraps, right? You don't be
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, don't say nothing, because it's all gonna. Me, maybe I'm just worried about like I kind of understand how the U.S. works from a business perspective with big like companies like the NFL, billionaires you're dealing with. Like these guys are not millionaires; these guys are multi-billionaires, and whatever they say goes,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So they're
yeah.
able to hide or suppress, or they have that capability to do that. You know what I mean? So
Hide the numbers from the Super Bowl, but I think if they did have an outbreak, they would have to tell people there was an outbreak, right?
to
But
stop it from happening again.
right, but they may not say it specifically came from the NFL.
Yeah,
So
be
you know
at
what
a
I
club
mean?
somewhere,
Oh,
Right.
but
right?
you want to say it came from a gym and from a restaurant that you closed down and now they're out of fucking business. Because I don't know about Toronto or anywhere else outside of Montreal, but a lot of landmark restaurants are gone
Yeah.
and they ain't
Yeah.
coming back,
Yeah.
you know?
It's the
So
mom and pop shops, yeah, like the
that shit
old.
hurts because that's the soul of the city, huh? The soul of the city is pure food. And it's just a blessing that there's good weed too.
For
Because the
sure.
two are like peanut butter and jelly. you know? And it's really sad to say that, you could call out some places that you used to go to and you had some really good times. And generations have gone through that place and it's gone because of a thing that came around and lasted 2 years. I just think it was so badly managed. And even when we made transitions to come back, they went after the wrong people, the little people. They let all the fucking the box stores who are, look at their profit margins every fucking year. I mean,
Crazy, man. It's a business. Look at DoorDash, bro.
yo,
DoorDash and Uber Eats. These guys are you paying
They're
twice the amount for the
baiting.
food.
I
Yo,
want to
they're
know.
baiting, bro.
This is my question. Maybe you or someone in the comments could help. Did middle class become a threat at some point in life?
Absolutely,
Because I
bro.
can't recall a fucking, I don't know what you want to call them, a generation, a class, be attacked like by snipers because it's never a conversation. But that class is being wiped out. I'm telling you, it's almost extinct, middle class? It's almost extinct. Every time I see a condo go up, I see middle class just disappearing.
It's because now it might have to bring a little bit of race into this, right?
But
Because
everybody's suffering, middle class, white, black,
but
Asian, you name it, middle class, you're suffering. It's based on your income. I'm talking now, middle class.
absolutely, right? But back in the day, we had upper class, middle class, lower class.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the way different classes and different groups of people now can get to that middle class area, right? Now there still has to be that further separation because now we
Yeah.
have upper middle class, right? Because they're not there's or lower middle class. So now they're slapping
See, I don't
two
know
other
about
levels.
these fucking classes, right? I don't get the
Hey,
book of life sent to my house, new edition every 5 years because the shit's evolving faster than I can keep up, man. If it wasn't
absolutely.
for YouTube, I'd be real way back because I've been educated on this platform to believe it or not. Like things I can and can't say and things that are relevant now and blows me away. And
Yeah.
I'm glad to be in touch.
Yeah, this is actually my very first time on something like this.
Oh, it's sick, yo. I
Never.
came on as a guest and I got addicted. It's like a drug. It's like
Really?
a drug because you see, with our show, it's basically frustrations being released and seeing how many people could relate. That was the pure concept of our show because I guess growing up where we grew up, we're very observant, right? And being observant, it's a trait you carry with you. It's not something that goes on and off. It's just natural. You just see things more than other people see, and you talk.
Mm.
Some people you'll freak out. Some people will relate. Some people will debate because we got some haters who come in, try and but we try and tell them, yo, it's not a fact. We're trying. Yeah, it is a fact. It's our experience that we're sharing. You can't tell me I'm lying if I'm sharing my experience with you, because that's an insult. You know what I mean, Dwayne?
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the concept of our show. So no one should feel bad coming on here and saying anything, as
Oh,
long as it's
speaking.
coming
absolutely.
from you. But if you're telling me my news is fucked up because you're twisted in your thoughts, then that's a problem. That's the O.O.C. That's not, off our chest. That's coming here starting shit. That's a different abbreviation.
Mm. Yeah, my brother. What did my brother say? My brother says opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
You know what I'm saying? Some bigger than others.
But yeah, this is a
Shit.
place where you get to come on here and speak your truth, and it's your
Yes.
truth, right? Like
Yes.
it's you're based on, like you said, your experiences and how you see the world, right? Conflicting views, I'm certain there's gonna be tons of them, right? But
Absolutely.
Canadians got a little soul in them too, you know. We're not all just here
He's
fucking
not.
chilling in
He's not.
igloos, playing
He's,
with polar bears and
he's
shit,
not
you know.
Canadian anymore, Roberto. Dwayne's not Canadian
stop it.
anymore.
Listen, I was
He's
born in
not
Montreal.
Canadian anymore.
I've been Canadian longer than him.
Longer than who?
Longer than you. I'm older than you, ain't I?
That don't
Okay then.
matter. You left
Okay
and
then,
lost
bro.
your card, bro.
Yeah,
You
what?
left and lost your card, bro. You're done. He went to
What?
the
Where
States.
you at?
He's
In
in
the
Toronto
States?
now, but he went to
Okay.
the States and was there for like what, 20 years?
Something like that. Yeah.
So
I'm a
more.
Canadian-born
So
U.S. citizen.
So you're North Americanite.
you lived more in the States than you did in Canada. Am I
How
correct?
is that, man? I'm 48,
Yeah.
49 this year. So
Okay.
do the math. 20 years there. Where was I the other 9?
Well, I said 20 years as an estimate. I'm sure it's longer than that. You would know the exact date. I know it's longer than that.
What I do know is that I have been Canadian longer than you.
You lost that card, though, bro. I'm sorry.
Remember, we're here speaking our truths, right? That's your truth.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I'm telling you the truth. Okay.
Oh shit. But yeah, man. I mean, again, thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. What's up, Basco? How you doing, brother? Thanks
What
for
up,
popping
B?
in, man. Much
Yeah, man.
appreciated. But yeah, man, like I said, so I'm okay with the mask mandates in school. I hope they keep it up, you know what I mean? Because I want to get over this thing, and if I have to wear my mask in stores, I will definitely do that. I
No,
have no
honestly,
issue with
Nzo,
that.
this shit ain't leaving for a minute, man.
Yeah,
We just gotta make this a part of life. It's just something that's there. Hopefully when you get it, it don't get you hard. That's all.
yeah, we just have to deal with it now.
Because it ain't disappearing. As long as you have people that are non-vaccinated, partially vaccinated, fully vaccinated, there's too many gaps for this shit to be going away.
Yeah,
And as long as they allow people to travel, that shit will always be spreading, man.
I agree.
It's strange because my brother just got COVID and he's triple vaxxed.
Yeah, it's just I bet you it has hardly any symptoms. See that? You get some celebratory music behind your
What
thing.
is that, man?
That's my text. Sorry,
Touchdown.
guys.
You know. Yeah, man. Hey, I knock on wood every day. I'm like, but again, I always think that I'm not 100% sure, but I say this all the time. I think I had it right before they started announcing like COVID was around. It was more or less in the States and China, bit in the States, but more in China. I remember I got sick. It was around February, man, and it was just weird. It was a weird kind of sickness that I had. Like it never felt like I've ever been sick like that before. And then when it went away, the cough that I had stayed for months. So I can't confirm that I had it, but it felt like I did. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't want to catch that shit ever. You know,
It's sad story behind this one. This kid that I trained, or I was training, and uh, I had to take my daughter to school. So when I came back, I wasn't vaccinated. I had to do the 2 weeks down, and so when I reached out to Jessica, I was like, "Yeah, I'm back. I'll be ready to train Jude." Da 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 da. Jessica sends me a message and says that she wants to talk to me personally, right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, no problem." So I have Jessica and Jude, which is her son, in my phone, right? And as we're talking, she explains to me that she has COVID and it's rough and da 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 da. So I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." And I remember this to this day. September 22nd, we were talking, and I was, sending her a message. Da, da. September 24th, I get a message saying that, "Hey, coach, just want to let you know that my mother passed." So when I looked down at the phone, I could have sworn that I saw Jessica, right? Like thinking that it was her mother that passed. Unfortunately, any passing is a horrible passing, nonetheless. It was Jude, and I had just spoken to his mother 2 days before.
mm,
Jude, 14 years old, with 5-year-old twin sisters, mother gone, COVID. And people are trying to convince me that this is the flu. I'm like, nah, this can't be the flu, bro. You know what I mean? So, like you
Absolutely.
said, wear your mask. Try your best to protect yourself, vaccinated, unvaccinated. I don't judge. I don't care. As long as you do the best that you can to take care of yourself and others around you,
Facts.
that that's really what it's about, right? Each one
Mhm.
teach one, and why be radical, right? It takes one apple to rotten out the whole bunch, one bad
Absolutely.
one, right?
Absolutely.
But
And that's what I'm saying. As long as you're protecting yourself, whether you're vaccinated or not, at least you're trying to do your part to not give it to people. You know what I mean? And protecting yourself and protecting family members and protecting, just people you don't even know when you're doing your everyday things. So that's what makes you a normal human being. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, somebody says you go outside, you don't want to get wet, you put on a rain jacket or you put on a hoodie, or, like, what I'm saying, you get an umbrella, you
hmm
protect yourself,
hmm
right? You can't go outside in the rain, get wet, and then complain that you're wet. You know what I mean?
for real. For
Oh,
real.
what the hell
That's
does
one
that?
way of looking at it. But there's still people who fucking argue that shit.
hmm
Yeah, they have their own reasons, man. I just think that sometimes this, what happens to salmon that swim upstream, right? The bear boxes them out, so let them swim upstream. I do business. Sometimes, hey, I'm going with the masses on this one, right? Like, there's more people that aren't sick and are alive than the people that have passed,
yeah.
and the ones
Some
that are.
people need to learn lessons, yo.
Mhm. I
But
agree.
the important thing about a lesson is that sometimes we're not the ones that are the, like, designated to teach each person. Something they got to learn on their own. Wait, some
hmm
my fault. If you don't hear, you must feel. Right?
For real. For real. And I got a neighbor lives like downstairs from me. She caught that shit twice. You know what I mean? She caught it twice. And yeah, I know being vaccinated is not stopping people from getting it, but I'm just like, man, to catch it twice, you know what I mean? Like, are you not washing your hands when
No,
you're
it's just
finishing
getting
doing
that
what
much
you're
more
doing?
contagious, Hanzo. It's getting crazy. It's that much more contagious.
I get
And the
it.
thing is, the thing that's really scary about this thing is that when you're giving it to other people, you have absolutely no clue that you have it.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
because it
It's
takes
not
a
like
while for
you
it to
have a
get to
couple of
you.
sniffles and you're worried,
Right.
shit, I might give this to people. You have zero symptoms. And that's when you are the most fucking
Contagious.
contagious to give that
hmm
shit out to everybody, yo.
And that goes full circle to what y'all were first speaking about in terms of kids, right? Kids, they probably have it and they don't feel away. They just one day sniffles, and then next thing you know, they pass it to an adult and they put them down for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dwayne, as soon as those sniffles come, you know half of that class is sick already.
Mm.
There's not even, once that happens, that means the 4 days are done. He's starting to have symptoms, and that's when he's the most contagious, those 4 fucking days.
Yeah.
And then now I'm
you
afraid
know?
when they're saying that kids can get vaccinated. I'm like, hold on a second. Like, I understand the adults and things, but now you moving it down to 5-year-olds now. Like, how good is that? Like, how good of an idea is that? Is there any long-term effect? I don't know. I'm not sure if there's, maybe I just haven't seen the data on it, but if I had a kid 5 years old, I would, and I can understand why people would be frustrated, right?
hmm
5 years old, either they wear the mask or get vaccinated, but you're afraid of what the vaccine has. And now you got to, you know, have the added pressure of making sure that your child is always covered up, right? And they
Right.
understand the importance of doing that, right? So it's twofold. I get it, right? But then it's all in how you approach it and what your feelings are about it. So
Why are we afraid of the vaccine? Because they developed it too fast? Because we're paranoid people? We're just too informed? What is it?
It's a good question. I'm not afraid of it. I just didn't want to do it. Right. When the H1N1 came out, I didn't want to do that one either. I'm just not one like okay, I want to go get vaccinated, get
I,
vaccinated. You know
I
what I mean?
totally feel you, but I'm talking about those people who have done everything else without question and decided to question this one. I'd
Well,
like
you
to know why.
well, you know what it is too. A lot of people, and especially when we get into the conspiracy stuff, they're like, oh, vaccines cause autism in kids and blah 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 blah.
Where's the proof
So
in that?
It's the Zika one. Look up the Zika.
uh-huh.
That was proven to have gotten it had an effect with
How
had
many
birth
And
people?
control.
autism.
Well, how many people?
I can't remember, but it was enough for them to acknowledge the fact that there was an issue with there was a relationship between autism and that
The
vaccine that they had
vaccine.
given for Zika. And Zika was the one in between like H1N1 and swine flu,
It's
like you know
probably
what I mean?
something rare, right?
Yeah,
Like
because remember, this
it's
is
not
all
very
very
common. I'm
yeah,
talking something like on a pandemic level.
well, it was headed that route. That's why for some reason or the other, and maybe because I was in the States at the time of the Zika outbreak, and the states approached it a lot differently because it was more mosquitoes and
Do we have
down
that
in
shit on top?
Florida
Hmm?
Do we have that shit?
Not
Zika?
that I know of.
there
No,
No,
was
doesn't ring a bell.
no.
yeah, it's like it was being transferred with by mosquitoes and
Okay, okay.
like swampy areas and because it was
That's
mainly
fucked
down
up because
south.
we got shitload of mosquitoes here, yo.
Yeah, these ones are on steroids, bro. These ones are like this big.
No, 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 no.
This one
Where's
land on
that?
you and
Where's
fly
that?
off with you, bro. Like in Florida, them boys are big, man. Like,
It's funny. When I was in Florida, I was loving it because I didn't see very many insects. But the guy told me, "Yo, if you see a bee, run." That's what he told me. I said, "That's not the kind of advice I want. There's no way I'm fucking living here. There's no way I'm living here where I
no,
gotta run because of an insect. Killer bees, fuck."
bro,
For real.
because listen, the hornet. Let me show you. Like they big, bro, and it's like they looks like they're on the ones that you see on TV that look like robots. Like like when you see them, you're like, there's no way this thing is real. Then you see them moving. You're like, oh my god.
What do you use to kill them? Tennis rackets, fuck.
Everything, any and everything. It doesn't matter. Whatever's in my hand, it's a weapon, bro. Like I'm swinging it.
Let me get these
Yeah,
comments real quick.
that is
Tillmonger
crazy.
said, if your immune system is strong, you should retain the defenses you built from the first infection. And even then, your system can be overwhelmed with enough virus if you're not being careful. Yeah, I always say you got to be careful, man. Regardless of anything you do, you got to be careful. And I figured, especially when we're in the thick of it, like this would teach people to wash your fucking hands when you come out of the
But how are
bathroom.
you being careful, Anzo? If you're like, okay, I'm over this now. I'm triple vaccinated. I'm not wearing my mask now, and the guy next to you, he ain't wearing a mask either. He coughs. Aren't you being careful? Like,
Um,
I mean, how careful could you be? If you want to be that careful, you got to stay the fuck home.
yeah, no, I feel you. I
That
feel you.
that's like, especially if you're not vaccinated. I bounced into someone like I told you in the supermarket. That's the only place she goes.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't leave her house, yo.
I go. I still go everywhere.
But
You know
that's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. Some people are that paro, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to catch it. When they keep hearing on the news, you're hearing all the doctors, everybody's going to catch it. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
a matter of when and
Yeah,
what stage you're in. you
I'm
know?
I'm at the point, bro. If I catch it, it's my time. God forbid, it's
Stop
my time.
it.
I'm
Stop
just
it. I'm
saying,
not.
no,
I'm not
no, no,
listening
no.
to that.
I'm telling you straight up, bro.
But
It's
I'm not
like at the
listening
end
to
of the
that.
day,
Stop it.
I'm careful though, right? Like I'm not
Okay.
You
just
might
going.
catch it and it'll be just like a cold, Anzo.
Right, right. It
Everybody's
could be.
different, yo.
It could be. But
Everybody's
what I'm
different.
saying is I'm careful still. I'm not just going into places, you know what I mean, and be like, oh yeah, hey, yo, let me, I still have my own sanitizer that I carry with me. You know what I mean? When I go to the theaters and watch my movies, I have my mask on all the time. I'm as soon as I walk in there, my hands go into that sanitizer, my hands come get my stuff, hands go into sanitizer all the time. So I'm always careful. You know what I mean? Like I'm always careful. I don't want to fucking pass away, obviously. You know what I mean? I don't want
Yeah.
that shit to happen. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I just didn't feel like I wanted to get the vaccination, but I also knew that I would do whatever I could to protect myself from catching it. So, and I continue to do that till this day.
I did. The only reason why I took the vax, and I'm gonna be honest, right? Again, I don't judge. Have it, don't have
Mm-hmm.
it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was my kids are in the States,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
I travel.
I was like, I'll take the vax, so y'all don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go and see y'all,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
and they have their thoughts and their own beliefs on it. And the one thing that I tell them is, don't be an armchair scholar. You want to know something? Go out there. The information is out there. You can go find it. Just don't bring me any foolish arguments. That's what I.
Negative
That's the only
shit.
Right,
thing I ask my
right,
kids.
I
yeah,
feel you, man.
yeah. That's the thing that's hurting it is the
Yeah, it's
foolish
just too much
argument.
stupidness out there,
Right,
man. They're
yeah,
so sure of their information. They're
yeah,
so sure, but they can't back it up. How
bro.
fucking solid it is.
They were doing fucking videos about people putting coins on them. Hey, look, it's magnetic. I got the shot and now I'm fucking magnetic. I'm like, come on, really? Like, this is the fucking bullshit that why people are like, oh, and some people eat that conspiracy theory shit up. They eat it up. You know what I mean?
Boy, you don't even know. You could have a completely different show about some of the things that I speak to my guy about. He's a white guy, close
Mhm.
friend of mine. He's more of a friend than any other friend that I've had in the States. But man, far right, bruh. QAnon, like this was the man that told me, "Yo, tell your kids to stay home come voting night." What? Why my kids gotta stay home? What are you talking about? Why my kids gotta stay in the house? Wherever they are, they're not in Trump town, so why do they gotta
Right.
stay home? Then he tells me just before January 6th, "Oh, don't worry, you're gonna see something January 6th." He told me about that before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? I had to ease up with the conversation with him after that, right? Because you never know, right? Because he's
Who's listening?
yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me just give him about 2 weeks and just hit him up again. Hey, man, like, but yeah, the conspiracies behind it, did you see the one that person took the shot and they were shaking? Listen,
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
people do have side effects. That
Absolutely.
may be one of them. That may
Mm-hmm.
be that needle in the haystack, that one in a billion.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, not every one in every three people are going to go like that,
Yeah, exactly.
right? And again, I'm not judging people who are vaccinated,
Or
aren't
who are
vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I come and I check you. You know I'm always going to come and check you, dog, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
what, right? Like, boom,
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to be arguing with people about how they choose to live their life if I want to be around them.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And Yellow does say exactly. Too many folks are asymptomatic, don't even know they handing out COVID like a motherfucker. I was just in a pizza spot with Sal talking like it just flew, and then there's a kid in there sniffling. Yeah. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna front because I burn, right? You guys know I burn, right?
The
So
house
sometimes,
down.
so yeah, I did that one time. I did that one time. But I did that one time.
I remember too.
but but I be coughing, right? You guys hear me sometimes on the stream and I'm coughing, right? So when I go out into the movie theater and I feel like I got a cough, I don't want to cough. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in the theater like
Mm-mm.
you know what I mean? I know what it is. I know it's the smoker's cough. I know that, but the people around me don't know that. You know what I mean? So it's just fucked
you
up,
get
man.
you get that cough like you have that stick in your throat.
Sometimes.
The flaps. They
That
Mhm.
fucking
tickle
shit
you.
Yeah.
happened to me in the theater, just like you, or in a spot you're in line at fucking IGA or somewhere like that, where there's a lot of people and that
Yeah.
shit comes in. You have no water, you have no gum, and you're just swallowing like a motherfucker. That
and
happened to
then
me enough times,
and then
yo.
you try to pull a like cough as quiet as
I'm like, why
possible.
is this happening? I'm like, these people know it ain't. I'm sick because like they saw me walking around the whole time I was here, like I didn't cough.
Right.
Like they're studying my shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Mhm.
watching me walk around do grocery shopping to know that I didn't cough before, right?
You know what I mean? And that's our
No, don't worry
paranoia,
about that.
bro. That's our
Yeah,
paranoia. You know what I mean? That's
that's when your
us.
weed is wearing off. You start thinking like that. You have to go
Yeah.
outside, get another hit, and none of that shit happens when you're going in.
For real. You know, I'd be walking down the street burning and, I'm coughing and shit. And I just,
It's
like,
one and the
if
same.
someone's passing me, I make sure I pull the spliff up and take a puff to let you know that's why I'm
That's
coughing.
why.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
This is the
That's right.
reason why I'm coughing. Has
Bro,
nothing to do with the virus.
like I told you, his wife's birthday, so we just went to a little restaurant. No lie. All you heard was everybody in the restaurant
Mm-hmm.
just looking. just every time that lady coughed, everybody looking. Even I caught myself looking. I was like, man, what is wrong with this woman?
It's the
They said,
times we live in, yo.
she's eating, she's choking on something. So when I look at the table, all she got is a drink. I'm like, what are you choking on? You got a drink? You choking like that?
Oh, that too. Because I think it was the Batman that I went to, right? I actually took a drink and I like it went down the wrong way. So that's a cough you can't avoid, right? And it don't sound like a smoker's cough. So now I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Ugh," and I'm trying to like, because I cough. You know what I mean? And it's just like, fuck, man. No matter what I do, you gotta be careful when you go to these places, man. You don't want people looking at you certain way because you up there coughing and shit. It's fucking
Get
crazy,
into a
bro.
fight because you're coughing. Imagine. That is some fucked up shit.
Well, what's up, Jediville? Thanks for popping in. So yeah, so now, no, you used to live in New York, right?
Mm.
So New York, you used to live New Jersey, New York.
I lived in Brooklyn, lived in Jersey. Yes,
So,
Brooklyn, New York.
so you hear what happened? I think it was today or yesterday.
How can
Today.
I
Yesterday.
not hear what happened?
All
You
right, all
kidding
right.
me?
Yesterday.
So I'm gonna throw this video up real quick.
People running at the doors that separate the train cars and banging on them, screaming for help, almost like a horror movie. And some kind gentleman on the other side is trying to open the door to get to the connector, and unfortunately the door was jammed on our side, so they couldn't get in to the train. We hear more of the loud bangs, which we begin to assume are gunshots, and we began to crowd towards the conductor's door. And actually the train stops, and then we're pleading with the conductor to move. Unfortunately, I guess he had a red signal, so we couldn't move. More smoke fills up the train car behind us to the point where we can't even see the faces of the people in the train car anymore. We luckily pull up to the station very shortly after that, and we all run out once the doors open, and it's absolute bedlam. There's people fleeing up the stairs. Luckily, an R train pulled up, and there's people running into the R train until one of the conductors, who was on the N train, yells at everyone, "Get on the local train, everyone get on the R train." So we have injured people getting on the R train. There's mass hysteria, almost like a stampede of people. And we make it in, and the R train quickly pulls off to 25th Street, where we had to abandon the train and the station as we had multiple shooting victims on our train still. And so EMS and police had to make their way. And that's about it. All I can describe it as is absolute chaos.
I mean, it just sounds horrifying, Kenneth, and I heard you say that it sounded like a horror.
So that's what happened. But before we get into that, Roberto, the question is asked, what's the sponsor tonight?
Oh, I'm on some Citron.
And I am on this right here. I can't remember the name of it.
Wait,
And
is that an SQDC bottle?
yeah, I went there.
What?
I went there.
I thought you'd never fucking.
I was out and my boy wasn't coming home early and I needed to get
you
some.
You would never fucking go there, yo.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? All right. Quick story, right? So I bought some hash there, right?
Expensive, no?
It was like $32 for 2
I thought
grams.
it was expensive.
It kind of was like $32.
You ain't paying that shit on the streets. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I get a 3.5 from my dude for like 30, 35, something like that, depending on hash, right? So I got 2 grams for $32. So anyways, I took a piece of the hash, put in my spliff, but then I decided to put the hash for some reason, because I have a little bottle for it, but I put the hash in my grinder. Now the hash it's a soft hash, right? Like it's not a hard one, it's very soft. So next day I went to go roll up a spliff, forgot I had the thing in there. I popped my weed into the grinder, closed it up, and then I heard this big chunk, right? So I figured, oh man, the weed must just be hard to break up. So I just started spinning it again, right? Took it out, seen some chunks in there, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why is there still chunks in there? So I grabbed it and I started to feel it. So and I was like, oh man, my hash is stuck in there and it's all grind up now and it's mixed with fucking weed and shit. It's just not the same. So I feel like I wasted like $30 on that shit.
It didn't smoke nice?
It was okay. It was okay. It kind of took away from the flavor of the weed, and I didn't really like that. Like it wasn't really such a good taste to it. So, but yeah, so that's what happened in New York, and then we have an article here where it says police search for gunman in attack on Brooklyn subway. A man set off smoke grenades in a crowd subway car and then opened fire. The police said at least 23 people were injured. The police named a person of interest. I think they named him. But what do you guys think of that situation, man? That's fucking crazy.
Man, this is just kind of looking at it reminds me of 9/11. Just looking at it, just like the people just kind of running with their heads cut off. And there was a story, believe it or not, on a conservative network that they were pissed of the fact that what you just read, there was no description of the man provided, right? But they knew exactly who they were looking for at that time, but they never said who it was. And the funny thing is, when my brother said to me, yo, you heard what happened? And I said to him, yeah, it's probably a black man. It's been a while since a black man been in the news for something like that. Strange enough, like I just kind of said it. Guess who they was looking for?
A black man. Yeah, Roberto told me.
I was shocked.
I was almost as shocked as the DC sniper. I only said what I said just because the last one I remember was the DC sniper, right?
Right.
Like, man, it's been a while. And then when I seen the picture, I was like, oh man, no bueno. This is not good. This is no good.
Sometimes we snap, brother. Sometimes we do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? But Dark Sage 911 said apparently, and this is what I have read. Mr. James made a rant video about how the mafia was out to get him and how apparently he had a run-in with them years ago. We all know how the mob operates, and if this is true, Mr. James needs to be careful because they could go after him if they want to. I am not sure how true this is, but I have read it on social media.
The mob wants you, they get you. It's that simple.
Right. What does the mob have to do with the people in the subway?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And a bunch of innocent people at that, like you put on a gas mask, you throw gas, whatever, canisters, and you start firing at people. Like,
thank God it was a bad shot. That didn't kill nobody.
You're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna say, "Oh, the black person is not." And I'll say this, not in defense of anyone in particular. It's horrible, shouldn't have happened. But let's not forget Sandy Hook that people don't want to talk about, right? Sandy Hook in Connecticut, one man took away 23 young lives. Remember that when he went out there and he shot all them little kids in the elementary school? So I stand on that one that, hey, listen, both of them are extremely horrible, but this one, people live to tell the story, whereas the other one, you know, it's horrible. Again,
absolutely.
I keep stressing how bad it is. Like, it's not good.
Well, I guess because of, like Roberto said, he was a bad shot because only 23 people injured. Looked like
he only shot like 8 people.
Okay. And it looked like that subway cart was packed, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
well,
like it was like,
what they said, it was not packed, but it was full. Like all the seats were taken and a few people were standing up, but it wasn't your typical morning amount of group of people in there because normally it's very packed, you know. But that should like alarm some people who, for instance, like me, who are tourists going to New York. Don't want to fucking take no subway now. You know what I mean?
Bro, you have to take the subway. My computer might die in a few minutes, but you have to take the subway.
I've taken it before, but I haven't taken it prior or after shit like this.
Man, you try taking the subway after 9/11, bro. Now that's scary. When you have to get on that train after 9/11, you're like, yo, this is.
But this is more. See, 9/11 was the magnitude was much bigger because yes, they use planes and shit like that, but they're not directly coming and attacking a subway where random guys like this could do it every fucking day. Copycat, non-medicated. There's all kinds of walks that could be doing stuff like this. Oh shit! Look at look at this guy. Look how popular he is now. I want to be popular like that too. Let me try and do it in Manhattan. Let me try and do it in Staten Island. Let me try. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's to stop that? I'm not going to live in a bubble, but shit ain't making me too comfortable. You know what I'm saying, Dwayne?
Yeah, no, man, it's scary, especially when you're
bringing your fam.
Yeah, no, and that's why the New York City has like the largest police force.
You saw their presence.
Dude,
10 blocks long for something that happened on the corner.
Yeah, so these guys they've got an army of cops. There's cops everywhere in New York, everywhere. As soon as something happens, they pop up. Especially something like this, because they have like police stations in the subway station, depending on where you're at.
Right? Look, I love New York. I have loved New York all my life. I see my daughter has the same draw to cities because she loves what do they call it? City skyscrapes or city, like very tall buildings in the vast area. There's a description for it per se. Skylines,
skyrise, skyscrapers, skyrises.
Yeah, like I love that. In New York, Toronto kind of did it to me a bit, because of the tower and shit. But when I saw this documentary about how the New York police force was trained and how they treat blacks in particular, made me want to say, hey, why the fuck was I in love with this place? How did I not see it? How did I not feel it? Do I look Canadian? Like, I got all kinds of questions, Dwayne, because I had no fucking clue it was that bad.
It's slave catcher mentality, bro. That's what it is.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's when they're ready to. I remember one time I seen this kid. He was just standing at a store in Brooklyn, and the police just walked up to him, pushed him up against the wall, and reached in his pocket. And I said, "Hey, you can't." I said to the kid, I was like, "Yo, he can't do that." And the police officer, so one cop kind of was trying to cut me off, and I kept saying, "Yo, my man, he can't do that. Look at his badge number. Look at his badge number and her badge number. And when you get them, go right to the police station." Yo, you want to see the cop take his hand out the pocket? Both of them look at me and just walk off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to know your rights, man. You have to know.
That's what I was just gonna say. When you know your rights, it's a different outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, simple stuff.
You have to scream that because I'm black, because that should just get you in more trouble.
I got stopped because I had a camera. I was taking pictures of my kids, and somebody called the cops on me saying that I was taking pictures of the base of buildings. Mm-hmm. So when the cop came over to me and he was asking me for my ID, I said, "For what?" He was like telling me that. I said, "Okay, well, what's the crime?" And then I started getting loud, like, "Oh, what, a black man can't have a nice camera?" Like, what was it? That's so I started getting real loud. And then I called the police on the police.
Oh, yeah? So how did that work?
So it was the old cop that was dealing with me. The younger cop was standing to the side. And I told the younger cop, like, "Yo, bro, say so. You're going to get yourself in trouble if you keep." He wouldn't say anything. And when I called, I had the badge number and the cop's name. And you know how they have the radio up here? Like, they talk like that? Mm-hmm. Dispatch called him while they had me on hold to ask him what was going on. I could hear him on the thing, on the radio, like, "What's going on, da-da-da-da-da." And I'm just standing there. So as soon as I heard her, I start yelling again, "Yo, leave me alone, da-da-da-da-da." Had my kids crying. And I said, "Really, is it really worth it? Like, just because you see a black man with a camera?" Like, and I'm taking close shot. Zoe, I take pictures of my kids, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, you want to see the pictures I'm taking? He was like, no, I want your ID. I was like, man, get out of here. But if you don't, it's not it's not about knowing your rights. It's how to express knowing your rights. Because you get rude,
Yeah,
they now all of a sudden it's obstruction. Now
absolutely.
it's just this is I'm not PC with that.
That's the thing, but I know when to hold my tongue though. Plus, I can see Indiana and the crystal ball coming at me, anyways. Yeah, but that's the thing though, right? Because I've been, we talked about him earlier, Nathaniel, right? Lito, yo, we would get stopped, and this guy would just be like, "What the fuck you stopping me for? Fuck you, mom." And and I'm just like, bro, if you keep doing that, we're either gonna be here for fucking hours or they're gonna take your ass to jail. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking let them do what they gotta do. They ain't got nothing on us. They ain't got nothing on you. You know what I mean? So why don't you just like zip it a bit? You know what I mean? But he was just like, nah, fuck that. He's like, fuck that Ford, fuck these guys, fuck these fucking cops and shit.
Yeah, they be like that. It's that Scotian in them. Because remember, I was 6 years in Scotia too, bro. So I already know. Them boys out there, wow. Some of them boys.
Yeah, but I was in Scotia too, and the cops over there are a whole lot different than the cops over here. I remember we were fucking burning spliff, drinking beer after playing ball in front of the school. Cop walks by. Guys, you shouldn't be drinking those beers out in the open. We're like, yeah. Kept drinking. He's like, so you gonna put them beers away? Say, yeah, we'll finish them, put them away. All right, fellas, y'all have a good game. And he just walks off. I'm like, what? That's it?
You said one thing. He was on foot.
Yeah, number one, he's walking. Hey, listen, it was a huge culture shock to me when I first went to Halifax. I don't remember when it was, but it was a huge culture shock. I mean, here there was gunshots and stabbings. Down there was still fistfights.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle boxing,
I was
bro.
shocked to see fistfights.
Yeah.
The police, like I said, that story when me and Bubs were all licked up in my car and did all these stunts and drove crazy around Halifax, and cop told me I don't even have to pay the ticket, and I was like, man, I could really like this place. I ended up staying there for 6 months.
I feel you.
Halifax got small quick, yo.
Guys, sorry, wife's birthday. Gotta go.
Go enjoy, man. Nice meeting you, Dwayne.
Oh, pleasure's up, man. We're just reacquainting ourselves with one
this
another.
This is it. Meeting you again.
Yeah. Zo, bless up,
man.
People listening.
You're always welcome, brother, man.
All right. Respect, King. Thanks for the hail up, man. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for popping in. Peace.
Anytime. Blessings, Kings.
Peace. And then there were two. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this guy's he's kind of killing it though. He's doing good for his first time on a stream. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he's always doing like stuff on Instagram. So it was his first time actually on a YouTube stream. But yeah, my boy, that's my boy, man. You know, we grew up together.
So what town did he live? Because I didn't even get a chance to interrogate him.
Frick, I think it's either Dupuy or around those streets.
Because he knew it fucking exactly where I live.
Yeah. He used to be on our block all the time, bro. Do you remember Kenny and Kevin?
Yeah.
It's his brother.
No
They're Kenny. Yeah, he's Kenny and Kevin's brother.
So where's he? The oldest?
Yeah, second oldest. He has an older brother. There's an older brother. Different mother, but same father as them. So yeah, he used to come around all the time. He used to come to see their mom, Sybil, all the time.
You know who I want to know what happened to? Who's been crossing my mind lately? Kevin, Dubby's son.
Oh yeah.
He's been crossing my mind lately. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I hope I don't hear some fucking news like we did about Randy.
That'd be fucked up, though. Trust me, bro. That'd be fucked up. Yeah, but that's how it is, man. So, I mean, it was from the pop on.
It's again, sorry to hit that topic. It's just shocking to hear, but then again, we don't know the trials and tribulations they're going through when doors are closed, right?
Absolutely.
So it could be a shock, but like you said, he was suffering, he was fighting.
Yeah, and they said he was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Do you guys think Will Smith got off too easy?
Easy? How did he get off easy? I think he's getting the ringer too hard.
Me too. 10
If
years?
anything, let him do his time. Let him do a fine. Let him do something and get it over with. The fact that he didn't get that, and he's suffering all these fallbacks, man.
10 years. Like, I mean, okay,
10
it's the
years what?
Oscars. He's banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
That's what the fucking outcome was?
Yeah.
They were talking 3. They gave him 10?
10 years. That's too much.
That's a hard slap, yo.
You know what I mean?
That slap was harder. Oh,
Listen,
shit.
I get it. National TV shouldn't have assaulted the man and stuff like that. 10
That was an
years?
embarrassment. But he embarrassed. I mean, look, that's the first Oscars produced by a black man. There's a couple of firsts that happened on that show. The timing couldn't have been more wrong, man.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
There was nothing like, I mean, even that advice that Denzel gave you before you did what you did. Like, what? The only thing I say, and I think I said it last week, is that if this woman had his best interest, she would not have allowed that to happen.
I agree.
She wants to be a hypocrite now and say, oh, she wished he didn't do that, and I don't know why he did that. That just shows how fucked up this woman is. That's all I could say. And too bad for you, Will, that you think you could change something, but you ain't changing that, yo.
Absolutely. And Triple X said he can still win awards. He just can't go to the show. That's fine. And I mean, at the same time, like, do you really want to go? Bowser said 10 years isn't that bad. He waited 20 years to get an Oscar. Yeah, I get it. But 10 years does not fit the crime, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I don't think 10 years, 2 years, I'll be okay with that. Yeah, 2 years. You know what I mean?
Who else has been banned from the Oscars?
I don't know.
That's more the question that should be asked. Why don't we research that? I bet you there's nobody else. I bet you he's the only one.
Let's see. I think Robin Polanski, maybe Harvey Weinstein.
No, Weinstein is not banned, even though is he still alive, that guy?
Yeah, he's still alive. I'm checking it now.
I don't think anyone else is banned.
It's crazy though, but I think, like I said, I think it was a little bit too much. You know what I mean? But
all those movies backing out on him now.
That's the thing as well, right? Not only is he been banned, but Bad Boys 3 is on hold. I think he had a Netflix thing coming on that was on hold, right? So he's losing money. He's losing money. Let's see. Has anyone else been banned from the Oscar? Actor Carmen Caridi, best known for his roles in The Godfather 2 Part 2 and The Godfather Part 3, was the first person to be expelled from the Academy. He got the boot in 2004 after he was caught sharing screening copies of movies that were later bootlegged. Oh, shit. Okay.
That's the only guy?
No, so here, what actors have been banned from the Oscars? Carmen Caridi, Roman Polanski, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, and Adam Kimmel.
Adam Kimmel?
Yeah, Adam Kimmel. So there are a few people banned from the Oscars. I get it. You know what I mean? Whatever. I still think 10 years is too much for.
How long for Polanski? How long for Weinstein? They don't say.
No, they don't say. But I'm guessing it's for good.
For life.
Yeah, for life for those guys. So, I mean, he did what he did. You know what I mean? He made the mistake. He shouldn't have did it, and he has to face the consequences of what happened. You know what I mean?
Not like I'm surprised.
Right. So, he should have had better judgment than to do what he did, especially when you're trying to give the persona or try to make people know that you're this righteous dude. You know,
role model.
A role model. Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
It's like that fucking quote from Boys in the Hood. You know you done fucked up, right? They should have fucking made a meme like that.
For real. But she did fuck up. 100%. He did fuck up. Yeah, man. So that was good. Got 30 minutes left. I got something I wanted to show. And I want to ask you, Roberto, do you think this is real? Because I'm watching this video, right? And I'm just like, I see a lot of these videos, and I'm at the point where I believe they're set up, but at the same time, I'm not sure if they are. So let me pop this in real quick and
I can't believe she said this.
She looked like she foreign. Excuse me. Hey, how you doing, beautiful?
I'm sorry, I don't like black guys.
You don't like black guys? How do you don't even know what I want though? What's your name?
I'm sorry, I'm going on a date right now.
A date?
Yeah.
You should be going on one with me. I'm London. What's your name?
I'm sorry, I'm good.
What's your name though? I'm London.
London,
Nice to meet you. But
have
why?
A great day. I'm good. You're good.
All right. Well, have a nice day. Man, she mad rude for what? Man, fucking rude. What's up? I can't hear you. Come over here.
Your name was what?
I'm London.
London?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Is this yours?
It's definitely mine for sure.
Ooh.
But I don't want to.
have a little time to talk.
But you just told me from gate that you don't like black guys.
No, I was lying.
I can't hear you. What you say?
I was lying.
Oh, you was lying. And you said you going on
caught me off guard.
All I said was, hey, how you doing? For sure. I have this and I got a Urus as well.
Okay.
A Lamborghini.
You?
You'll probably look good in front of it, you know what I'm saying? You got a nice fit on and all that.
Shit, we're matching now, look.
Well, yeah, look. See, look, it's looking like it was meant to be, but you said you don't like black guys, so I understand. So maybe I'll see you another day or something.
Maybe you can change my mind?
So you really don't like black guys?
I mean, I've never been with anyone.
Never? I mean, well, it's the first time for everything. When you with me, you safe. You ain't got to be scared.
Shit, I'm down. If you give me a ride.
Where you trying to go? Where you was headed to for real?
I'm going home.
You just said you was going on a date.
I mean, I'm going wherever you're going.
Oh, now you going where I'm going. So what about your date? What happened with that?
I mean,
Or you was capping? Or reschedule?
Roberto.
What's up,
Paul? Yeah, go ahead.
It makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Because could they be that stupid to think that a guy is going to just say, okay, now she saw my car, she wants me, I'm going to go for it? Like, it looks like it's sketched.
And he has other ones too, right? Like, it's not the only one he has. And I see a lot of these gold digging videos, and I'm just like, are these real? Like, you know what I mean? I don't live in them places where maybe the class is high, you know, you got these rich girls or whatever who think that they need a man for this and that. So I don't live in them places. But when I see those videos, I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. All right. We got a few in here that's saying it's real. Mama Bear said she believes it. Paul says it's fake. And David said, you ain't all that either, lady. You know what I mean? So Andrea said, I think it's real but questionable. So I don't know, man.
I don't think it's real. It's just a coincidence that she stops in the same angle that you could see the car and her reaction. It's all like fucking set up like they have the cameras in the right spots and shit.
And then
that's editing.
And then she happens to start to walk away, and then here's the beep beep, and then turns around like, oh, wait a minute.
It's all in the same view, right?
Yeah. Because look, even this one here is kind of like the same kind of thing, different girl, and you can see like
this is a shame.
She's pretty chocolate. She look like she a little slim thick too. Hey, how you doing?
If you don't get the fuck out my face.
What you mean?
No, thank you.
How you doing? What's your name?
What did I say?
I mean, you don't even know what I want. Why are you being so rude?
Because I want you to get out of my face.
All right, no problem. You have a nice one.
You too.
I'm just trying to be like your friend or something, like, you know what I mean?
I got plenty of friends.
Plenty of friends?
Yeah. I have plenty.
Okay. Have a nice day.
You too. Hey, what is your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
What you mean, what's my name?
What is your name?
I'm London.
You with my friend still?
You just told me that you don't want friends though.
It won't hurt to add one.
You just told me to get the fuck out your face.
It won't hurt to add one.
You just told me to get the fuck out your face.
It will not hurt to add one, right?
I understand that, but it's like, you just being mad rude to me for no reason. You ain't even have to do it.
Don't you gotta start off being rude?
Who said that?
Every female should start off being rude.
But why though? For what?
What do you mean for what?
What's your name? You ain't even give me a name or nothing.
Jasmine.
Jasmine? Mm-hmm. What's my name? I bet you don't remember. Exactly. So why should I give you my time? For what? You just told me you ain't know what I wanted. I could be trying to sell you something. I could be trying to give you some information. Damn, like, you want that?
It's your car?
Yes, it's my car.
Oh, can we get in?
I mean, I'm about to leave.
Okay, I can leave with you.
I mean, but you was obviously headed somewhere, though.
It's on postpone. I can go with you.
Well, now you can go with me.
Again. What is all that?
I don't know, man. I want to be like, this is, I guess women can be like that or whatever, but I think like these videos are for clicks, you know what I mean? And it's like, hey, let's do some gold digging videos and I'll put you in my video. And what if the girl doesn't want to be in the video? What if, because you're going to have to tell her later on after that you're part of a video, right? So if the girl's like, fuck that, I don't want to be part of your fucking video. You put this online, I'll sue you. Right? You just fucking talk to me and now you're recording me just like that? I don't know, man. It's weird.
These times and days, especially in the US, you could sue for anything.
So someone said, Jack Law said, Roberto, if you had a car like that, would you not want to test it out?
Where, on a quarter-mile track? Where?
I would test it out. I would see if it worked. But I know, like, my friend used to have a Jag, right? So we used to go to parties, you know what I mean? And he was proud of that fucking car, bro. He was proud of that fucking car. So we're at a party, and I literally remember a girl walking up and was like, "Oh, nice car. Hey, you doing all right?" Jumped on the hood and was like, "Oh, yeah, I could fuck." You know, it has a little Jaguar hood emblem. It's like, "Yeah, I could fuck this right here and now." I was like, "What?" Like, you know what I mean? So I know those kind of cars have effect, but and Andrea said, in these day and age now, Anzo, you never know. I agree. I could see any sane woman turning either of these guys down.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy. My cousin used to get those thoughts with his friends BMW after 1-2-3-4 club or 737 club.
1234.
You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never been there. Either of them.
Used to be a funeral home.
Really?
Yeah.
Downtown?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You should have seen it back in the day. Every time I walked by that place, I used to get the fucking creeps. And then I found out it used to be a funeral home. I was like, that's why.
You were talking about us too. Yeah, I mean, if we ever hit it on YouTube, I would do that. I'd get Roberto. We'd rent a nice car, whatever, or maybe buy one, hopefully. You know what I mean? And I'd record Roberto doing that to see if it worked. I would record it for sure.
I don't know if I could walk up on a girl and go, hey shorty, hey honey.
And she
tells you, what up?
And she tells you, get the fuck out of her face.
I'd be like, what?
I don't know. Probably be different to do. I'm pretty sure you could.
I couldn't do that shit. That's just not my style.
It'd probably be different here in Canada anyways, too, right? I don't know if women are as much gold diggers as they are in the States or certain places in the States.
They are all over, Anzo.
No, I know that.
I can see it more so happening that you're at a light and, you know, your window's down and she's in the car next to you and she rolls her window down. Is that your car? Da-da-da, pull over. Something along those lines. But me parked just chilling by my car using it as bait, I just find that loserish, man.
I feel you. I've seen it though.
For sure. What you spending all that money for?
Yeah. I've seen dudes post girls because of the car. I've
100.
that. It happens, but I'm saying,
And
like
something
certain.
about Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, yo.
Yeah, I think he had the S type. Can't remember what year it was.
I remember I borrowed my friend's Jaguar. I went to put gas at what was it, the Ultramar on the Carry and Edward Montpetit.
Mm-hmm.
And this car pulled up with two girls, and they were just smiling at me, man.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Fuck, I need to get me a Jaguar." Like back then, that's no way.
First off, what are you talking about, bro? The amount of money you put in the Stang?
Yeah, I know, but this was before the Stang. This is when we were driving smoke mobiles and shit, you know?
Gotcha.
Puff pass cars.
Didn't you have gold 22s on that shit?
On what?
The Mustang.
No. 22s? I had my car to race. I can't race with 22s.
You didn't have gold rims on it, though?
No.
I could have swore you had gold rims.
Maybe they appeared gold because they were so polished.
All I know is this fucking car. We'd be in the house and you would just hear, and I'm like, fucking Roberto, man.
Signature, boy. I love that car, yo. Loved it.
Yeah, you could hear that shit in your house watching TV. You'd be
Blocks
watching
away.
Shit. Yeah. You knew he was coming. It's like,
I remember when you lived on Berkeley. I used to do it on purpose to let you know I'm coming.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, man. So I just think it's possible that they are true videos. I just think that, they could be fake. But hey, I would like to test it out. I would. If I knew doing a video like that would get me like 20K views, 200K views, million views, I would do it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I would do it. Do it for the fucking views. It is what it is. So
what's that gonna get you?
Subs, YouTube funds.
One time you get 1 million views and you get all of that?
I don't know how much you would make off 1 million views. I think me and Danny checked it out, and I think it was like, I can't remember what the view count was, but it was like 55K.
If you get 1 million views, YouTube gives you 55K.
Something like that, yeah. It was either 1 million views or a little bit more than 1 million views, but I know it was something we were like, shit. Okay. You know what I mean? Because 1 million views is a lot.
All this crazy shit.
Yeah, 1 million views is a lot. So I know
TikTok is crazier than fucking YouTube, man.
I know. I don't know what the payout on TikTok is.
I don't know what it is either, but these people, fucking everyone thinks they're on. You think you got talent. Everybody thinks they have that app, that they're fucking talented, yo. Somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm. TikTok is the new YouTube. That's what it ended up
being. My God.
I mean? Yeah. People go in there, they make short videos. They get, 100K views, 200K views. And it's a lot of chicks on there, bikinis and stuff like that, showing their booties.
TikTok videos are getting plays everywhere, just like we're doing.
Yeah. That's why YouTube started doing the shorts, right? So if you go on your YouTube and you want to do a video, you could do a short because those are what's kicking off on TikTok. So they're trying to like copy it. So you could do YouTube shorts, 20-second videos.
But no one's leaving that platform to come to YouTube to do it.
That's
people that are there staying there.
TikTok doesn't pay Canadians. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Paul said TikTok is the new Vine. Yeah, it is the new Vine. I remember what that Vine shit. That didn't last too long either, though. Vine was like a year, maybe 2 years at the most. It was Vine. Everybody was doing all these stupid little Vine videos, and then boom, that shit just died. And the next thing you know was TikTok. TikTok came up and blew up the scenes. So it is what it is, man. I personally like, listen, man, I'll stick with my YouTube. Fuck TikTok. I'll watch it and shit. I go in there every now and then, but it's nothing that I'm just going to try and do TikTok videos. Someone said that we should clip parts out of our show and put them as TikTok videos. And I'm like, Really? I have a hard time clipping the shows to put up fucking, little segments of the show. You know what I mean? I download the show and I'm like, all right, okay, I'm going to cut this out, put it as a little video and pop it on a page. And By the time I'm ready to do it, we're on the next week's show. So I'm just like, fuck it.
Takes that long?
Not that it takes that long. It just I don't feel like doing it.
There it is. That's all I wanted to hear. The truth, yo.
You know what I mean? I don't feel like doing it. Doesn't really take that long, to be honest with you. I could do it within maybe 10 minutes, right? Because I put an intro, then I put the video that we're talking about, then the outro, and I'd cut it, but it wouldn't take that long to do.
Just put us laughing. That's it.
When we do our 100th episode, then maybe I'll probably do it for that. You know what I mean? And we'll probably do something like that, like the best of O.O.C. and shit.
Because my wife hears me laughing and she's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you sound like you're having a good time every Wednesday. Because sometimes, babe, it depends on the right chronic. I laugh with no limits, man. Because I'm in my own little room, right?
Yeah.
But yet they still fucking hear me.
Absolutely. What was I going to say? Shit, I completely forgot what I was going to say. It slipped my mind.
Okay.
It slipped my mind.
That shit happens more than not on the O.O.C.
It is what it is, man.
You know?
What I mean? We do what we got to do. But yeah, man, it was a good show today. We'll close it up in 15 minutes. So I'm going to put the warning in there. And we actually get to finish at like 12. So Roberto,
I can't believe it.
Happy with that. You know what I mean? I'll be getting texts, hey, what time we ending this shit?
Well, sometimes, you know, I can understand that the momentum of the show is just carrying over. But, you know, when we start talking about topics that don't interest me, that's when I'm like, yo, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah, I feel you. 100%.
Sometimes you guys hit your after show topics. What are you guys talking about? I don't even fucking know.
That's why you need to get into more things, bro. You know what I mean? Get into more things. Versatile yourself.
Yeah, sure. I feel you.
Yeah,
I don't have fucking time for my own show.
Yeah, I know. Which is something that you should be getting. But I guess, I don't know, I guess you enjoy doing this one, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm good with this one for now, you know, like I think my ego is more or less in check. But that one, what is normal? That is something that I feel can exist forever because normal just is constant change.
Yeah, I feel you.
This normal today is definitely not the normal of yesterday.
I agree. Triple X asked, did you ever talk about Moon Knight? I've talked about it. Roberto's seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the latest episodes yet.
I didn't watch the third one yet because it comes out every Wednesday. See, I'm on point. I know my shit. Comes out every Wednesday. No, we're Thursday in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I will watch it because episode 2 was fire.
You see?
Did you not find it was fire?
Oh, the show's great. I love it.
The first one was a little because I don't really know much about the character, right?
Neither did I.
But the second one showed me that this show has good potential.
I agree. The third one's good too. Wait till you see it. You're gonna like that one too, man.
Tomorrow.
Have you checked out Bel Air yet?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I'm thinking, should I stop watching this? Because this is something that the wife would watch with me.
How many episodes do you watch?
Let me watch 2 more. I think I've watched 5 episodes.
What do you think of it?
I like it. It kind of pisses me off, though, because it's so true.
It's good, eh?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man. I thought that show was going to be trash.
It's a very good concept of reality. The transition and everything. I would kill my cousin, I would have killed him. Send me back to Philly. This motherfucker's murked.
And you see, as you keep watching, the relationship changes between those two. The show is... No, I'm not going to show you what happens, but I'm just like, it's really good, man. Like, I enjoyed it. When I first heard about it, I'm like, I don't know about this one.
Too.
You know what I mean?
But I'd like to know the twist on it, Because that's our show. That's our generation.
Right.
So I want to know what you're doing to our shit, and I like what you did. Will had saying that, no?
Supposedly, I think he's like an executive producer or something like that. Some people say he doesn't. Some people say he does. I think he had something to do with it because I know I seen a video where he was talking about he's okay. So how it came about was there was a fan made one, right? The same guy that's doing the show now. Sorry, the director of the show now made a fan made video of it. So Will and the crew, they seen it and they contacted him and they got an idea. They wanted to see what he wanted to do, and then they got the show. They got the show. So they show a video of Will actually calling him and telling him, "Hey, yeah, we got a 2-year thing." So it's crazy.
Later, Andrea.
See y'all later.
You know which one I want to see too?
Peace.
I want to see the one with The Rock.
What's that?
The Rock has a show where he shows he was a little kid growing up with his father being a wrestler and what he went through and all the different stages of him growing up. It looks pretty funny because he's a co-narrator on it too.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
It looks really funny, yo.
Sounds interesting. I would definitely like to see that. Never seen a clip.
Yeah, it's called Young Rock.
Young Rock, I heard it was good. It has it started?
Yeah.
You said it really? Huh. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Have you been watching Winning Time?
What's that?
Winning Time is like a series on the Lakers championship. Like the
I've been meaning to watch that. I'm just waiting till a season's finished so I can watch it constant. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's
just
okay.
Like Tommy.
I'm not really feeling some of the actors that they have in it, but it's not bad. Okay. It's not bad.
You know, I heard these guys really went and used the Lakers uniforms without even asking the NBA.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the Lakers uniforms.
It is, but they didn't ask the NBA permission to use it. That's a big no-no.
Really?
Yeah, for whatever reason. I don't know how they're avoiding some major fines. You have to get fucking rights from the NBA before you do shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's weird. What's this? Wheel of Time. I think Danny's watching Wheel of Time. I think he likes it.
Is that like a superhero shit?
I don't think it's superhero shit. I think it's like a Game of Thrones type of thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Not a fan. Not interested, to be honest with you. But yeah,
too many factors, too many fucking groups to follow.
You know what I mean? I don't know if it's the same kind of thing or kind of situation, but I wasn't a fan of Game of Thrones, so I really could care less about that one. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out to see. I always like to give these shows a chance, right? And then
I think me and you and 3 other people are probably the only ones who are not fans of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Every time I say that, it's like the whole fucking world just comes down.
I know. They're like, "Oh my god, yo, bro." I remember one time I was on Facebook and I was like, "Yeah, Game of Thrones sucks." You know what I mean? Because all my friends were telling me, "Watch Game of Thrones, you're gonna love it,
I won't go that far.
No, I think it sucks. I don't like it.
Just didn't draw my attention. That's all.
Right. So this chick was like, "Oh, it's because your weak mind doesn't understand the show." So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I understand the fucking show. I don't like it. I think it's boring. And then we're going back and forth on this chick. To this chick was like, "Oh, your mom should have swallowed." And I was like, "Yo, bitch, you better fuck it," because she knew my mom was dead at the time too, right? Bro,
you know the girl?
I knew her. Yeah. Well, I didn't know her personally. It was someone that was around in certain circles, so I knew her through like friends. But I've never like knew her like that, you know. But of course, she was on my Facebook, so she could see. Like, mom passed away and all that stuff, you know. But yeah, no, I'll never watch that crap. Not interested. Never saw Game of Thrones. Yeah, you don't want to. First episode starts off with dude getting out of bed, woman naked. So I'm like, oh, titties, interesting. And then I hear them talking about brother and sister shit. I was like, what? I'm like, they're brother and sisters. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to watch this. And
there's just too much people to follow. I'm like, yo, I don't want to watch a movie that's gonna take my buzz away. I want a movie that I can enjoy my buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I watch this thing, you know what? You know this movie, Game of Thrones, and there was another show that was very popular. That every time I watched it, Onzo, 5 minutes in, I was fucking sleeping.
Which one?
I think it had. I think it was based in France, and they were clowns. They were bank robbers.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I swear to God, my daughter kept telling me, "Dad, give it a chance. Dad, give it a chance. It's an amazing show." I said, "Okay, let's watch it." Bam, Dad, Dad. That's all I kept hearing because I was snoring. Said, "Okay, gonna try and watch it again with the wife." Passed out. Tried to watch it by myself. Passed out. I'm like, is there something subliminal in this fucking show, man? Because it's like putting me to sleep like that, Onzo, like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a big hit on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. I know what show you're talking about, but yeah, I never watched it too. I think I seen it there, and I'm just like, yeah, not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? So it is what it
It's
is.
got to grab me. It's got to have some substance, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, Stranger Things is coming out, so the next season of that's coming out. Season of the Ozark should be coming out at the end of April too, so that's gonna be good. I can't wait to watch that. Have you watched the Ozark?
No.
Watch the fucking Ozark, bro. Trust me, if you like Breaking Bad, watch the fucking Ozark.
I didn't watch that either.
You don't watch Breaking Bad?
No. Oh, you see, what's so different about you with Breaking Bad and others with Game of Thrones? You see the way you said that? You see the way you said that? People, did you see the way Arthur said that to me? like something's wrong with me.
Breaking Bad's actually good though. But again, me too. I was never like when it first came out, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about no Breaking Bad.
Can I tell you that they rank Game of Thrones the number one show of all time?
Yeah, I know. It's not.
I'm just telling you. So
yeah,
I mean, for you to freak out on me that I didn't see that, and we're like dissing Game of Thrones, it doesn't hold much water for us. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but Breaking Bad is also considered one of the best of all times too, right? So you would say if there was ones that they have right now, I would say it would be Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Sons of Anarchy, and I think there's one more. But those were the shows that people would be considering the best of all time. Me, it's Lost. It will always be Lost.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, no. Wasn't a fan of that either, but a lot of people think that show was fucking fire.
What about that cop show fucking based in Milwaukee, is it? Everybody's asking me how I didn't watch this fucking series.
Which one? Because I didn't watch it either.
It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Fuck, it's up there with the top 5 shows of all time.
Old show?
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe
The Wire.
Oh, The Wire. Okay.
The Wire. Some people say that's all time. I didn't watch that either.
Wire.
I try. I just can't.
Wire was good. Paul said Breaking Bad, Sons, and The Shield are the greatest TV shows ever made. The Shield was one of them too. That was
okay. You're talking TV shows.
Yeah, TV shows. Yeah. These were TV shows. All these shows were TVs.
Yeah, well, Game of Thrones is TV show too, I guess.
Yeah. But these are shows that, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could check them out. You know what I mean? Go back and watch them. And if you enjoy the first episodes, then you're gonna like the series. That's how it was for me, right?
Only one I would take out of those is Son of Anarchy. I don't think it was one of the greatest.
I wasn't a fan of it either, to be honest with you.
Breaking Bad, I can understand. It just started to lose me. Like, it lost me where it started to get wicked after. I don't remember what season it was. Like, season 2 lost me, and then season 3 was off the hook, and then the show just became that much better afterwards, you know?
Okay, so you've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I watched 2 seasons of it, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Because I like the actor.
I didn't think there may have been some episodes that weren't that great. You know what I mean? Like the episode, I think there was one episode where all they did the whole episode was try to get a fly out of the meth lab. You know what I mean? And I mean, you get a lot of character development and stuff in that episode, but it was just like could have did without this one, you know. But
look at you analyzing the fucking movies. Look at you,
But I don't ever remember there being like for me a bad season. I think every season was good, and that's how I feel about Lost too. Like that's why I love that show because I think that's one of
the original Lost.
Yeah,
Lost. I have to say that was a fucking classic.
I think so too. But there's a show now called From, and this show reminds me so fucking much of Lost, bro. It's unbelievably good. It is so good. Like I couldn't believe they had it's a 10 episode first season, and then when the 10 episode was done, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe the season is done. Like
you know which one drew me into, and I can't understand how it did.
Which one?
Like, because you're like, this concept was going to be played out in 2 episodes. Prison Break.
Oh, yeah, Prison Break.
I'm like, yo, what a stupid concept.
Yeah.
What are you going to do after fucking episode 3? He's breaking out of prison again?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that shit had how many seasons? And I fucking went to Blockbuster, fucking rented them things like a junkie. I remember, man.
That's exactly how I felt when I first heard about Lost. I was like, who the fuck wants to watch this fucking Gilligan
Those
Island
2
shit?
fucking series.
Mm-hmm.
Blockbuster had me like a crackhead.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Because there was one season that was always never fucking returned.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy wants to buy it for $1,000. Fucking stupid shit like that, you know?
And I never watched Lost. Like the first season of Lost, I didn't even bother with it. I'm like, I'm not watching this show. And then one night, it was in season 2 where I think I can't remember what made me put it on, but I put it on. Nothing else was on. Guess I was home and I popped it on, and I went back and binge watched everything right up until that episode.
I mean, that show was just done so well, right down to every fucking character.
Yeah,
it was done so well. It just grabbed your intention to we had no choice to wait. And if you missed it, you missed it. There was no fucking DVR that shit. No, man.
For real.
No, I'm telling you, if you didn't see episode 2, if they fucking that tape broke, you ain't seeing that shit.
For real.
That's what made movies.
Yeah.
You know? Imagine you're going out of your way every day to go to one store just to see if that fucking episode's there.
Mm-hmm.
Every day for weeks you're doing this, not even thinking that you look like a crackhead if you were watching third person. Look at him, he's back. He's coming to look again. It's fucking 3 weeks, dear. Look, he's back again at 4:00. We return time, you know?
Yeah, for real. And I remember a lot of people didn't like the last season of Lost. I did personally, right? I thought it was fine.
It's kind of hard to end something like that.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it, and now I'm watching this show From. I think it's just as good, man. I heard that Lost trailers were really misleading about the episodes. I don't remember, but I know Lost was the first fucking show. After I watched episodes, I would go on to blogs and I would go on to like YouTube and try and figure out what people were saying about the show. That was the first show that ever made me do that. No other show ever made me read blogs and shit to try and get hints about what was going on. Lost did that. So, but yeah, man, great show. With that being said, guys, we will be closing it up. We have hit the 2-hour mark, so I do appreciate everybody. I was getting
comfortable, and I said, "Look at the time. Shut the fuck up. Just smile and let the show end."
Roberto, you want to talk to the people? Tell them goodbye. Tell them about your channel if you have anything.
There's no channel to tell you about, people. You hear me every Wednesday say it. I don't think F Your Ego is coming back. Maybe when I see LDG in the comments, I don't know what happened to my brother, but I wish him well. When I see him come back in the comments, then me and him will discuss working on, what is normal. And You can find us Saturday, Square One. I was actually there last Saturday.
Yes, he was.
I was there. It was fun. I missed it. Missed the people. It was nice to see Mama Bear showing some love over there too. And yeah, that's it, partner.
That's it. And you guys know I am Bigger Forward Entertainment. Do appreciate everybody that came in to watch the show today. Want to thank my special guest, Dwayne Eli, for coming in today, man. It was fun. He will always have an open invitation. But with that being said, we are out. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that,